The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
We're going to start. Quit talking about it and bring it. My chance. The lady. Tight go.
On first down, it's Darnold. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them, don't they?
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 32-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Darnold from the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down now, it's Grant. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Darnold completes it, and he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of the team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Watch that.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Now. Check. Hatchet. Blue draw Corkers.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. He's coming. We got double up. Hey, look. General West. Twist. Hey, check 24. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
Set up. 90 Wolf. What we got? 25. X3. 218. Chopper. Hey. High 7. Switch.
A first down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Ready?
And they give this time to the tailback. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gator. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start.
22. You ain't going nowhere. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Manning. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Shift.
And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Barkley. He juked him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Manning going to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. 6-0 our score after 1. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Whip. Watch the whip. Yes. Hey, Zoo. Mike, clear. Zoo.
Saquon Barkley running right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Come on, set. 30 base. 59, Mike, the 59. Go. Hey, orbit. Right up.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Point after, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Lady. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". I know it's that.
On 1st down, Darnold uncorks one for Davis. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Corey Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10.
Go. 61. Matchbox lights.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Yep. Hey, Haywood.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
70, Indy.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And now look at him go. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 3. Now that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. This is Grant. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 45-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Any day. Max 22, Max 22. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
22. Yeah. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
5.
36.
Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And an alley to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
First down, Denver.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Manning now on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch twitch. Watch
Protein spill. Look at me. Door. Hey. Dude.
Back to the air on second down. It's Manning. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 56 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone.
Blue dog Corker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Now on second and 13. Darnold, they will find Davis. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Check.
Now a give, right side. Grant. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. On second and goal. Darnold. And it's caught. The 10-yard completion, but still now facing third and goal. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They come out here in the eye. Darnold a sneak, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Sam Darnold, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, stand up!
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Let's go.
Throwing again. Manning going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Oh, you got deep? Watch the safety creep.
General West!
53, Mike. On the ball. Check.
This time they stay on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with it. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
Let's go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Mike 29.
Hey, ready?
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
46-yard line.
Mike 29. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. I got motion. 29.
On 1st and 10, Darnold completes it to Davis. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
That's another.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Check 59, Mike.
80 weapon.
Mike to 59. Watch the run.
Here's Grant. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
29 is a Mike. Mike 29. Here we go.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
29 is a Mike. Mike 29. 3 buzz. 20. Red 80. Mike 29. Let's go. 29 is a Mike. Mike 29.
Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here we go.
20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
59 Mike. 59. Check. 59. I'm coming after you. Watch out.
Chopper.
Check 3.
5.
Now Saquon Barkley gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Mike 22 is coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Christian, travel.
Check safety. Shoot.
Get.
Again, it's Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got it. Hold the look. Hold. Out. He's checking.
They go back to Grant. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
We go set. Mike 29. Lady. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. You better be afraid of me.
Here's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
They run with Barkley on 1st down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now. You better go.
2nd and 5 now. Manning, he'll let this go deep for Sutton. That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Denver. 51 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Faking the give to Barkley, now Manning. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Box 22, box 22. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Like 22, he's coming to me. Dude.
All right, G, let's
6'6", pull it high.
check 31, check 31.
And the blitz does come. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're looking for a spark defensively. When he went for that ball, probably thought he had a chance at the pick. Now, remember, they had 2 last week in the win, obviously losing here.
Well, you talked about looking for a spark, and the best sparks are when you make big plays for your team, and he had an opportunity there. Couldn't haul it in, but that doesn't mean they're going to back off at all. They figure if they can get one of those takeaways, they can spark their team to a win.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
It's our time.
Now it's Darnold. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Corey Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. They'll run on first down. Barkley. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Saquon Barkley, 76 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. fantastic, a lot of fun to watch.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
29 is a Mike. Mike.
Hey, Orbit.
29 is a Mike. Mike 29. Stay with your man. Ready?
A first down throw, Darnold. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now Darnold. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
What's the curl?
Here's Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
No.
So after the INT, it's Manning. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Now Barkley stripped of the football. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
On the ready.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
Mike 54.
Ready.
To throw is Manning. He completes this to Sutton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Smooth.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Hey, get in there. Let's get in there. 54.
5.
Check. 154. 154.
It's a foot race. The 30, 10, 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Next to score, Broncos 45, Jets 26.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. To throw, it's Manning. There he goes left side. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 46 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Let's go! Let's go!
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
You can't block me. Hey, get him. You got him. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's. Hey, lady.
On first down, it's Darnold. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, but it'll be second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Darnold from the gun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long...
Hey, wahoo!
To the air again, Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been. Now, this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Kevin King with a pick, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Hey, Delta.
Manning going to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Manning will try again on 2nd down. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Manning. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go, Pete. Tighten up. 29.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
29 is Mike. Mike 29.
Back to throw, Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Darnold on 1st down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Set the lady. 29 is Mike. Mike 29.
Go.
I got you. 29.
Again, Darnold. Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Jim.
You draw corkers.
Check.
Hey. High 7.
Right. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.